We've already seen the first couple bans hit the ban table. We'll see if that Jarvan is to follow soon as we toss it out to the casters for the call.
Thank you very much, Dash. Hello, everyone. Phreak still here with Kobe, and these two teams are taking the last spot in the playoffs. One of them's going.
And I have a little bit of inside intelligence for the analyst desk about what will happen if Jarvan is banned. I went and rushed the stream last night, and I made a personal request to please play AP Shyvana on stage.
Okay.
Because I've been spamming it, and it's incredibly fun. He said no chance at that, but he has also been practicing his Nidalee.
Okay.
Which previously he has played on the LCS stage. So there may be a small chance of some AP jungle powerhouse, and there is your Jarvan ban.
Yep, 5 plays so far this split. By far his most, that one's gone. It was Wigglily's most played as well, but even with first pick, CLG wants something first instead. They even banned the Lissandra, so a lot of the cream of the crop champions being banned out by CLG, hoping to play some slightly more off-meta stuff on both sides.
All right, let's see what they followed up with here, because I also like this Kalista ban from EchoFox. Previously, yesterday, we saw CLG have Stixxay bring out his Kalista once again, and he did not die on the champion. It was a completely different bottom lane for them. Hail of Blades Kalista with Biofrost Braum was definitely a force to be reckoned with, and both of these teams did something different with their bottom lanes. On the EchoFox side, they had that Hail of Blades Kog'Maw backed up by a Lulu. So the bottom lane focus is going to be incredibly important as well.
So Rek'Sai, the first pick of the day here, and again, this game right here means 6th seed versus 7th. A huge deal here, and Rek'Sai in the hands of Wiggily is what CLG is going to place their trust in. Meanwhile, Apollo back on the Jinx, a big champ for him with Rush on Sejuani.
No longer any surprises what entire team comp EchoFox are going for. If you show Jinx and Sejuani early on,
Team fight.
you are 5-on-5 team fighting, and that is how you are playing the entire game. So we'll see if they can group up and get their communication back on the line. One of the things that has been the downfall of EchoFox earlier on in the split were plays where they were not on the same page. You had people running in different directions. If you have a 5-on-5 team fight, you need 5 people there. Sejuani, stand in front of Jinx, get your rockets off.
And press R at somebody. Meanwhile, you've got Thresh and likely a Kaisa here for the counter logic getting bottom side. And I like Thresh for some chance at aggression. Lucian alongside it, I think more fits the bill of if you can land that hook onto Jinx and go in for the big trade, it'll be powerful. I expect an immediate answer of a Morgana or a Tom Kench to keep that Jinx alive against Thresh.
Yeah.
We'll see what Hakuho wants to play.
I do feel like it puts a bit of pressure on the CLG bottom line. They have to perform now. They have to make something happen against the Jinx. At least the Lucian get outscaled. So there is going to be an early focus here when you have a Rek'Sai, Thresh, Lucian as your first 3 picks. The early game has some demands. You need to execute.
You need to execute. You need to get those kills and actually destroy that champion. Really true to the word of execute. We'll see if it comes in. I really like Vladimir here. Good team fighter, but also happens to handle a lot of top lane matchups pretty well. Outputs insane damage, but also threatens backliners.
Yeah, especially with Aatrox already banned out here. Not too many more really great matchups into the Vladimir. You can go for, again, more options of super early game and try and make something happen, but it does put a lot of pressure on you. EchoFox already showing quite a bit of scaling.
You can't gank every lane, so some of them are going to have to get outscaled without getting gank pressure, so we will see what comes through. Ryze banned off the table. We also know that Vlad can be flexible. It's definitely a Phoenix pick, if not this year, has been before. And we'll see if he's going to put that on himself or simply give it to Solo for his 3rd game of the split. And still, of course, expecting that to be in the mid lane means LeBlanc ban in from PowerOfEvil side, and they're likely going to force CLG to blind pick their mid laner and give Phoenix counter pick against CLG's arguably best player.
Yeah, he was definitely a powerhouse yesterday. The Syndra play versus Galio was up 50 CS early on in the game.
There's the ban.
Almost solo taking the turret. Huge damage output. And a point of power for CLG to play that entire game around.
You see Arian talking, says, okay, we expect the Syndra ban, it feels like. Let's go in for the last bits of matchups we care about here. What is that final ban going to be as Counter Logic Gaming rounds out, heads in the 2nd phase of picks? EchoFox need a support, they need a mid laner, most likely. Aurelia is added to the ban table. CLG need both solos. Vladimir will remain flexible, though, until the last pick.
With LeBlanc and Aurelia bans here by CLG, I do expect PowerOfEvil to go with another kind of more long-range backline mage powerhouse here. Syndra has been already banned out, but things like the Vel'Koz, like we just saw from Froggen, are the type of champion I think they might go for, having banned out 2 all-in mid laners that have possibilities of killing someone like that.
And there's the Morgana we kind of expect. Hakuho definitely a very good Morgana player. Only a second so far in the split, but I love it into Thresh. I think it's very good at protecting Jinx overall in fights, and he's an expert.
And after the recent buffs, she's just a stronger version of the same champion now.
Yeah.
Just does more damage, is better.
Is better indeed. So what does CLG pick now, knowing the matchup? Zoe gonna come in. Definitely a long-range champion, can have some really severe poke, and he's gonna be a bit hard to be caught here overall. Pretty evasive. Might have to run Cleanse, indeed, it's summon a spell right now to handle Sejuani, but should be long enough, far enough away to not get caught out by much.
Yeah, that was the main thing I'm looking at. It's very easy for Sejuani, if Zoe ever Rs, to land the Sejuani ultimate. Just throw it right at the initiation point that she uses it from. All right, it is going to be another split push here. I'm expecting the attack speed Neeko for topside. Kassadin for last pick is so good. I feel like this is such an underutilized assassin pick for people to go for. If you're facing double AP threats, it can really, really turn around a game. The one thing here you have to be super worried about, Rek'Sai.
Yeah.
Rek'Sai loves killing Kassadin.
Loves Kassadin being in the game.
Yeah, if I ever see a Kassadin, always picking Rek'Sai, always ganking him early. You get him pre-6. Kassadin, one of the recent nerfs, and I really did like it, was reducing the armor on the champion. So if you have attack damage threats, you can really punish this champion early. Echo Fox have gone all in on scaling.
Yeah, they
do have insane late game here, but CLG are going to try and stop them from getting there.
Well, it worked for them before. A couple of Vladimir wins in the most recent weeks. This could be another one here for Echo Fox on a 3-game winning streak, including beating the top 2 teams in North America. Logic Gaming squeaking their way in. This is going to be that spot, that battle for number 6 in the regular season, a fight against TSM in the quarterfinal. CLG would love to end that losing streak of over 1,000 days against that squad, but first, they've got to take down Echo Fox.
There is so much pressure on this game. Last playoff spot on the line and an early game composition with a timer here for CLG. Can they get it done early?
They're gonna have to. Echo Fox scaling. CLG hoping to put him down early. The battle for the last playoff spot in spring 2019 is upon us. One game to decide who gets 6th place. On to the Rift we go. Logic Gaming and Echo Fox. Assorted cheers, we are onto the Rift. And what else can we say but waiting till the fights begin? We're looking at Wigglily's early pressure. We know it's going to be on hit for Darshan. Look at that press the attack. I think the standard mage build can be viable too. Last time we saw Darshan in this matchup, it was a Wits End rush. Blade of the Ruin King added and just wanted to survive the 1v1 against Vladimir and was always able to do so, but not able to team fight.
Yeah, I think there are so many options for CLG to execute with this. Thresh is a great support as well to support.
That is a hook. That is big damage. He's drowsy as well. The flash, but will there be a follow? Trinkets over the wall. Wiggly's there. First blood. What a start for Rek'Sai.
Well, when you're on an early game composition here, Phreak, you're going to want to start with first blood. That's your #1 task.
That's a really good point. So
Gotcha.
Wiggily with the right amount of gold in inventory, ready to spend it and get a better start. Thank you, Kobe. And Solo starts Sanguine Pool and Flashless against an already hard lane map.
Oh my, let's take another look. They got into that brush just in time as Rush is, oh no!
Yeah, weird level 1. Rush leaves the brush and Solo walks into it.
They were just trading places right there. They decided to swap, but yeah, really, really interesting defense there from Echo Fox as they left a hole in their own jungle. CLG walk right in, get first blood, and this is not the way that Echo Fox wanted to start out. It is going to be very scary in the early game.
Echo Fox give a quick leash over to Rush there on the blue buff, and now spot the 2-on-2. Fine, not going to land. Hook is though. Yep, right in Q, auto. A lot of damage. Now Apollo's at half HP, so chasing in. Guardian Shield triggered. They've got Wiggily around. They won't quite kill, but Apollo is going to have a hard time laning. Oh, that was close. That bind could have signaled to death right there.
Yeah, Stixxay is able to dodge that, sidestepping. Very critical. I mean, there's been a lot of talk here about the CLG bottom lane in spring. So far, they're showing up, though. Biofrost landing 2 death sentences early on in the game. Yeah, the first one was onto Solo, who had no vision of him, and he was walking right into the brush, but it still counts.
It does still count. It was worth 400 gold and change for the first blood assist. And a Wiggily is flashless, but predicting the jungle pathing here of Rush. I believe he might have had wards to know it, but either way, it was red to blue to Krugs, or vice versa, and Wiggily going to take away a lot of these little chickens for that.
And they have a vision ward here where Darshan, biggest thing that I like to see from top laners that are looking to have advantageous lanes like this, when you push up, get a deep jungle ward on the enemy camp. They see Rush, they know he's over here on Krugs, and he's got a long path back to his other side of the jungle. Wiggily now can clean up his entire jungle, all of the small camps still available, or you can keep the pressure up, attack Rush again. He's got that extra longsword in inventory from the first blood.
Yeah, extra damage is going to be kind of nice for him. And
oh, they saw him.
Power.
They saw him.
They spotted.
They saw him pass through mid lane on that minion that was halfway up. So they should have an idea that Wiggily could come for this.
Ooh, almost the steal. I was pretty lucky. Nice attempt right there. Now Rush has to deal battle. Can't get the small wolf. So more XP stolen away, and Wiggily gets to fight for that Gromp. And with the bot lane pushed the way it is, probably gets it.
Yeah, that's the big drawback of going for full scaling here. CLG have control of the lanes, and since their jungler's already ahead, no brainer. Go for the invade, continue the pressure, and make Rush pay the price.
Even though some of this pressure is expected, the degree to which CLG is ahead is above and beyond normal. Now, Biofrost, will he go for the flash hook? Can he predict? Okay. Nope, just goes for the hook. Phoenix turns left. Better than Zoolander could do, and he's going to be just fine.
Yeah. At this point, if the Thresh is just walking up, all you have to even do is walk out of range. He got vision of him pretty early on there. So good job there by Phoenix, playing defensively on the Kassadin. And he knows he has no business stepping out there in the early game. Rush is going to get there at this exact timing. Darshan wards that Tribush. So really good vision control so far from Darshan. He warded the Krugs. He's able to get the timing here down on the Tribrush as well, and avoid a possible Sejuani gank.
And they even spotted Sejuani going over there. They even pinged. They saw he hit the Scryer's Bloom, so they know that Sejuani is topside jungle, and they also know the entire jungle camps, all of them are gone. So all they can do is kind of slowly run around the map, look for something to do. Still lots of camps to the Rek'Sai to farm.
Exactly. It's one of the things I mentioned yesterday, but when you are doing a very good job as a team counter jungling the enemy jungler early on,
see him.
His only option is going to be to make a lane play like that, as long as you can deny it.
Wiggily unburrowed, so didn't get the knockup against Rush. Still deals a bit of damage, push them away.
Rush going to have to go back. His mid laner has no mana, Phreak.
But he has teleport, it's fine.
You can go replenish your mana in the fountain. Meanwhile, on the top side, Darshan continuing to push in solo, who has used his teleport. So Vladimir's already had to use, with that pool start and the first blood going over, the summoner spell that will get him the reset. Rush on the Krugs back on this top side. Maybe can provide some support, but it's mostly going to be about solo trying to sustain under the tower.
This is also a pretty easily inferred jungle path because the Raptors were taken by Wiggily, and hey look, he spots him again. A smite gets some of the camps. Level 4 for both these guys. Rush actually last hitting better. Takes almost all the little chickens. Wiggily has to be respectful, but they know that Darshan's closer by, and even gets the root, Poor Rush, still at only 17 CS, individual gold. Even discounting the 400 lead for the first blood, it is a pretty big advantage here on the one side.
Wave clear ultimate here.
All right.
Sometimes people freak out when they see stuff like that, but Darshan is just going for tempo. We mentioned that he's already burned the teleport of solo, and he has his own available. So Neeko being able to push tempo is going to be big for CLG in continuing to leverage their early game advantage.
There's the first plate. Nice cheers.
Hi.
UE is
here we have some
matchup.
enthusiastic plate destruction fans.
Yeah. Bowls are better. Screw plates.
Bowls are definitely better. They're just more versatile.
I agree.
You can put liquids in them. Oh my God, game changer.
Hey, if you have good balance, you can put liquids in plates too.
Fair enough. Meanwhile, we are going to continue up with the offensive play here. Wiggly's moving in, consistently trying to clear out the wards as well as the jungle camps from the side of Echo Fox. This time, though, he doesn't have the support of the rest of his teammates. Gonna have to back off. He's going in blind.
Wow,
1v3.
a lot of damage
Wiggily.
from Choppers. He's not gonna get the lantern in time. He's just getting punked down. Some damage back towards Kassadin. The hook could mean a little bit, but I don't think they have the damage to kill him off.
He's got his ult. He's gonna be able to get out. Wiggily goes in blind on Rek'Sai. He believes that the first tremor sense there was just the Sejuani, and he was not tracking the rest of the Echo Fox members. He did not have pressure from Stixxay on Biofrost to go for this. Yes, he had a Thresh behind him, but Biofrost was an extra screen away The Lantern not gonna, no, he actually got multiple tremor senses there. He knew there were multiple people. There's a Morgana on this team. Binding lasts ages.
Yep.
And that is enough for them to take down the kill. That is so big for Echo Fox.
Really huge pickup there. Brings the gold only within 800, which ties it up a little bit more. Still a lead for Darshan on the top lane, and about to get a second plate from this lane pressure as well, as Solo's doing his best to stay alive. I heard you. Plates are still good. I like it.
Plates are the main source of income for bully matchups now, I feel like. It's such a big enabler for things like the on-hit Neeko that's trying to push you under tower. You get a lot of extra money that way. And we're going to have Wiggily invading again.
This could be a little bit more dangerous. Rush. Oh, Smite fight. Ooh, didn't see visibility onto it, but our shot's coming around. They might find a knock-up. No, level 6 Sejuani. If people come around, that could be a stun, but no. No. Wait. Red buff on both, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because when they had a red, I was like, wait, no, but I know Rush killed it.
Wait, 2 red buffs, Phreak?
What? That never happens.
Oh my goodness.
It's like Shen all over again.
Wiggily is going to be able to finish up the Krugs here, but he's going to have to worry about Solo collapsing. Does get the ult down. Phoenix is on the way.
They're trying for this one. They find the root. They don't quite find that stun. The flash follow. Will it be enough to kill Solo? He's low, and yes, the kill comes through. But where can Darshan go? He's 1 versus 2 on this side. Waiting for the team to come around. They find a single stun. They find more damage, and goodbye to Neeko. Wiggily coming around to defend him, but he was never gonna stop that kill. He burns his flash for it.
Blue buff on Kassadin too. Kassadin turns around though, not gonna keep up the chase.
No, this could be another kill. Look at the health bar, how low it is.
It's baiting him.
Phoenix can win this. Oh, that's a tunnel that he needed to do.
Woo, okay. Getting caught up there in the top lane skirmish during that time. PowerOfEvil was pushing towards the mid lane there. I believe he was close enough to finish off that plate. Because that plate was just taken, he better have been able to get that gold. Meanwhile, these kills are going into the wrong place for CLG. Kassadin cashes in as Fenix from the mid lane roams up. That is so big to get some early money on this Kassadin. Solo goes for it onto Wiggily, does get hit by that root, and that root is going to mean his death as Darshan follows the flash over. But Darshan flashing in there means that he is now cornered. Right now is the point that you're talking about where Wiggily, you know that Darshan is dead there, but in solidarity with his top laner, he shows support, and he's going to be able to continue that fight. And that delay does allow PoE the extra wave push in mid lane, and maybe that turret plate. So maybe your flash Rek'Sai got possible money for Zoe in the mid lane, and that could be one way of looking at it.
It is. It is the way of looking at it. Just like giving up 3 kills in lane gives your opponent a bounty, so you're feeding someone else.
I know. I often have to take that perspective, you know, look on the brighter side. Silver linings, Phreak.
Silver linings, just like solo queue. Anyway, CLG and the Rift Trail, they're going to take that one down pretty easily. They're very early pickup. Just after it spawns, it'll go without much issue over to Wiggily as Biofrost helps pop the eye, and down goes Shelly. 100 gold to the support, and look at how many plates have been taken down already. That's going to be a lot of a gold donation over to the top side. Yeah,
I mean, it's an early, easy wit's end here for Neeko, facing off against a lot of magic damage in the top half of the map. So Darshan gets a lot of value here. It is going to be a topside Rift Trail to finish off the tower, get the last 2 plates to Darshan. He's going to give solo gold over to him as well. Cha-ching!
It'll be close to 2 plates. Does indeed get them, and it's very close to first turret as well. They should kill off Shelly in time, but you have 3 minutes to get 3 auto attacks on that turret, and it'll be a giant bonus for that.
Yeah.
First turret plus plate 5 is 320 or 310 on top of normal turret gold. So, Darshan is going to be one of the big factors here. He's got that 1 extra kill from that fight earlier on when he chased down and got solo the second time. Wit's End's already completed. He's going to be able to bully this one still. Mid lane, 20 CS deficit, somewhat to be expected in Zoe versus Kassadin. But Phoenix, as you mentioned, has that kill, is keeping up somewhat in gold.
Yeah, plus with the Kassadin roam there, added a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
He's almost at the Rod of Ages completion. Earlier, of course, so you can get that completed, the earlier the stacking begins. And Kassadin is now coming into his own. 2 more levels for the level 11 power spike. And that's when Echo Fox might be able to start doing something. But until they get to that point, it should still be CLG.
Trying for the all-in here. They're going to find the stun here. Darshan, but you got Rush coming around as well. 2v1.
Alone.
Good luck to Neeko. No ult available. Good damage coming across, but they still should have the burst. And they will indeed. A good stopwatch helps Solo stay alive, and they get that kill top lane.
All right, Rush is able to collapse finally there on the top side. They get the extra kill. Doesn't mean bottom side is going to be CLG territory. Sleepy.
Good damage towards Phoenix as he chased for this one. Ignite is in. He's going to have it. He's gonna have it. Phoenix burns down to ashes as PoE gets a solo kill.
And the power of summoner spells comes through. PowerOfEvil gets another kill for himself. That could be more turret plates as well. CLG still have plenty of time to mine the entire map worth of turret plates here. PoE gets another one. Biofrost is waiting around with a death sentence to see if anybody comes through for defense.
Everything they're touching turns to gold right here. This turret about to fall and transmute itself. And the 160 more. One more auto. There you go. 160 to him.
Dragon being taken up during the turret push as well. And it is going to be CLG sweeping the map of objectives.
And there you go. Turrets picked up in several spots. The mid lane, of course, very, very low. Top lane first turret does finally go over to Darshan. He's got a gigantic lead. It's 5 CS, but it's 1,500 gold putting top lane ahead. Watch that mid again.
Again, it is a W Ignite that starts it off. And this is actually going to cut a decent amount of the healing for the potion that comes through. Then, before that one even wears off, PowerOfEvil knows with the R back in and the passive is going to have enough damage, so reapplies his own Ignite to make sure he finds that kill, takes down the Kassadin, and gives CLG a bit more momentum.
Big stuff here. This is moving very rapidly in CLG's favor. Now 3,000 gold at 14 minutes is absurd.
And again, from Champion Select, this is the course that we put these two teams on. CLG should try to pressure this early game as hard as possible. PoE!
Hook into box into Flay. Phoenix is low, but he's been ignited now by Biofrost. Not quite the damage to kill him, but Phoenix will have to get out of the lane again.
Phoenix is saying, how many ignites does this team have? He's been burning for the last like 3 minutes here in mid lane. Biofrost roaming over does find a lot of value there, but Echo Fox have sent reinforcements.
1,600 gold from turret plates and another 150 from first turret gold and 500 from top turret itself falling. A lot of money from the objectives here. That is what is putting Counterlogic Gaming ahead. The farm reasonably close otherwise, though still in their favor. The kills obviously identical. And Solo just so much on the back foot here. Executioner's calling completed here. Makes it even easier for Darshan.
Yeah, really like it. Just fully itemized for your split push with Vlad. Anywhere Vlad goes, Darshan is going to go. Meanwhile, that turret will not last long as CLG open up the map. And look at those control wards. They have moved them very deep into this red side jungle. This quadrant here is what protects the split push, protects Darshan. And he even moved his ward up from the Krug camp all the way behind the red buff to ensure that he is going to have some alone time with Vladimir.
Yeah, he's almost certainly going to see Rush coming in, and he'll have plenty of time to get away from that one no matter how fast he moves. We getting some quick oranges over in the river. He's going to be just fine. Slowing Rush, and boop. Good damage. Oh, they can actually go for more. If it lands the Q, there's always a chance of the ult knockup, but Blast Cone keeps the Echo Fox jungler safe, and we still set this 4,000 gold lead 15.5 in. Bot lane's been fairly uneventful. It's been a farm off, but it's been plus 18 CS to the Lucian, so he's been doing quite well for himself, as Stixxay and Biofrost got their single plate down there earlier.
Rush is back.
Darshan is going to be stunned. That is the real one who gets tagged. That's a flash away from the rest of it, but a flash forward. Rush can't find the knockup, but they're certainly going to find a bit of a slow. Stun's not going to find the top laner, but they're going to find a lot more from the rest of the squad, and Darshan will give his third death of the game, but that's the punishment you get when you push bot lane like this.
And the biggest thing, of course, is that you're always putting out pressure. When you're trying split push like this, everybody has to go full steam ahead. That's how you're able to get compensation rewards on the other half of the map. Asleep again, and you get to wake up to a paddling.
I like the cleanse with the move speed through the W to make sure you got the paddle star in range in time. Some damage, another sleep, and Rift walk away. Time is running out for Echo Fox. I feel like they are giving a lot of blood over. It's the actually CLG receiving transfusions here and just getting stronger and stronger. Echo Fox bleeding out.
Definitely has been true. 1.5 minutes left on this Infernal Drake, and that is definitely going to be CLG's #1 priority here. So a small amount of breathing room until that does come through. But as you're pointing to, Echo Fox, even though they have multiple champions with very good scaling in this game, if you fall behind the curve here and you can't put together items to be able to actually fight this, it really does fall apart quickly. If Infernal Drakes are the dragons that are going to show up, that's exactly what CLG need to bolster a lot of their early lead here. Crit items have started to come through for Apollo, though, so Echo Fox trying to count their blessings here. If they can get that Runons completed before the fight, that would be tremendous. Infinity Edge and Runons, you roll some lucky crits there, splashing over multiple members. That can be a team fight victory down, doesn't matter how much gold.
That's a drowsy sleep. Rush actually gonna be the one with the black shield on, looking for the block on everything else. I do want to point out a Zoe Morgana interaction. You must black shield before the bubble lands, not afterwards. It will not prevent the sleep, it can only prevent the drowsy that starts it. So bad reflexes, reactive black shield will not be enough for Hakuho. Has to get there preemptively.
All right, it looks like they are going to be able to take away this blue buff. Phoenix sticking around, though.
That's a hook. That's a knockup. That's a lot of damage. Phoenix, he's going to buy some time. Spite of the blue buff. Zoe coming around for a bit more damage. But PoE, he's going to get run down. A kill and a shutdown to the Vladimir, to a team fighter.
Very big for EchoFox. They've chosen their moment right before the Infernal Drake hits the rift. They find a kill on a PowerOfEvil. It was just the blue buff they fought over in CLG. Now they're facing a situation down their mid laner with EchoFox pressuring Infernal.
It's Darshan hitting a turret, but the Kassadin respawns and recalls, I should say, to defend that one. But still,
so big.
4v3 for this. There's the pickup. Drake goes over. The lead remains 4,000, but now neutral buffs going EchoFox's way.
This is for a playoff spot here. The timer between the early game and the mid game changing as we speak, and EchoFox are making moves. Ooh. Phoenix over the wall again.
A root and ult from Darshan, but not gonna find Phoenix, who was slowed and couldn't get in a range, so gonna lose that button and give away that red buff that he tried to steal earlier on. Quick pick up there. I think Hakuho was like, maybe he's trying to steal it. Nope, he's fine. GW in case it was a real Neeko.
Well, yeah, also, I mean, you have a Jinx right there, but Phoenix is like, you know what? I'm a Kassadin. I get auto attacks off as well. Let's take another look at this play. Phoenix starting this one off. He does not want to give up on this blue buff play, and it pays off so big for EchoFox. The teleport discrepancy means everything. Darshan did not have his available. It was still on a couple seconds of cooldown. Solo is able to get there on the Vladimir. They get the numbers advantage, they cut off the Zoe, and they take the Infernal Drink afterwards.
Okay, big pickup, still waiting. And a holding pattern, of course, is exactly what EchoFox want. If nothing happens and they just trade farm, the scaling comes in, the team fights can work, and they'll be okay. CLG must continue to pressure, must continue the tempo. And as Baron spawns in 20 seconds, that is exactly what they need to keep this one going.
Insane pressure in this game. Now they're in dangerous territory, but they're going offensive.
Looking for Rush, not finding any CC just yet. He gets away from the bubble, and Chompers from Apollo stop the rest of the push. They kill some wards, though. They are removing vision from this top jungle, which means they can keep playing around that bear, and this is still solid for CLG.
Yeah, I definitely like this. This is necessary aggression from CLG. They know they can't let it continue to slip away here in the early game. Push in, get your vision dominance over Baron. There's one ward here that Biofrost is standing on. They still have not been able to clear out, though. Cooldown on their sweepers is coming back up soon.
Look at the plays. Baron is alive. Neeko gonna find Phoenix for some pretty good damage up here if the shield comes in.
Oh.
And that's the real one going forward. Gets an extra auto attack now. Rush, not gonna find the stun. Big ult down, and Phoenix does have TP. He can reset as he regens back up.
Yeah, Darshan pulling off there, does have a control ward in the tri-brush. Meanwhile, on the top side, they know that EchoFox used it. Too many people.
Oh, that's big. No, I take it back. I think he might have got the black shield on timer. Maybe it did get changed, but I could have sworn it didn't always remove sleep. But now, PowerOfEvil getting pushed away. Hakuho getting some good damage, and that rocket gonna get jumped away from as they still push into the top side. Knocking down the minions, the turret at half HP. They will have to bite.
I can attest that originally, it definitely did work the way you stated, so maybe it did get changed.
All right. I guess I haven't seen any Morganas versus Zoe.
At one point, you were correct.
It used to be correct, and that was on purpose. Maybe I missed it. Either way, that's apparently the new interaction, and Black Shield can be late.
All right.
Today I learned.
Well, Apollo's very thankful. Level 11 now on the Jinx, and it's been a while since he's gone back. If we check in on his money, I think he might be able to get that Rune-Ons now, and that is just, oh, never mind, only 820 gold. Does have to kill a couple more minion waves.
Getting closer. Now this power spike's going to be important. Some quick wave clear, nothing too big. There's the zap, and that, I believe, is enough for Hurricane, or very close to it.
Yeah, he's already sitting on Zeal.
Yeah, it's Zeal Dagger, but it's still a good 1,000 gold or so. I forget if it's more than 1,000 gold or not. And with him going for the chickens, looks like he does need that little bit extra. And he's pretty close here. That's the recall, so that's got to be Hurricane money, maybe 1,100.
All right. 22 minutes into the game, even though EchoFox are down 4,000 gold. They have completed some key items here for themselves, and they do have a lot of late game scaling they can rely upon. So this is just such a critical moment and possibly a tipping point in who qualifies for playoffs in the last spot. CLG currently with the advantage. They can push into the jungle and try and re-establish that vision control with which to set up Zoe bubbles and death sentences from Thresh. Those will be key in CLG trying to find that pick while Echo Fox are still spread out and unable to bring their team fight together.
Look at teamfight power spiking. As you mentioned, the 2 out of spike for Apollo, the pickup for Morgana, got the Ardent Sensor for extra attack speed and damage. Pretty big deal.
And double Zhonya's completed. So big for double mage composition to be able to have Zhonya's on both the Kassadin and Vladimir for team fighting. I think already, even though they're down the gold, they got the items to function.
I agree.
So CLG have to pull them apart. Don't want to let them group up as 5.
Even Morgana has a stopwatch, so a lot of time can be bought for this Jinx. Now look at the sleep to the front line. Drowsy, but not asleep over the wall with a Lantern Rush following in. Flashes over, Phoenix here as well. Can they kill anyone off, though? Rush out of HP, pops his own stopwatch. Biofrost low, looking at solo in the side lanes as Stixxay can't quite kill him just yet, but Apollo gets the kill in a Biofrost. A big stun comes in, but finds nothing of value as Darshan is pushed out. The flash and Apollo's on a double kill. Low health bars, ults in for Phoenix to get a single kill picked up, but no trades. A triple for the Jinx. Echo Fox are truly online.
Echo Fox have found it, and it's another Infernal Drake. PowerOfEvil wants to put a stop to it, but
Flash Vladimir. Ult's gonna land, not the E. This could be a kill. Hakuho trying to run. He will not be hit by the paddle star.
There's no low with the rush.
Can they find this kill? No bind. Nice Q. PowerOfEvil trying to carry. Second Infernal Drake is on. Look at the kill to Apollo. Can't get his Stixxay. He might just drop, but first it will be a trade. And PoE is still alive. Looking now at Solo. Looking at 2 alive on both sides right now.
Picks up the Proto Belt.
Looks for the paddle star. Not gonna find that. Could be slowed. Could be killed. Looking for it. Not gonna get this one either.
Look at the moves.
Look at the jukes. He's trying. Looking now at Solo. The flay. The ignite. The damage up with the lantern for some extra health. They might just get this one. Azonius. Phoenix TP. Looking again. Another Azonius. They are still fighting. And finally, Zoe is shut down. And Biofrost runs for the hills, but he'll be stunned. And they got Phoenix coming by as well. A flame might not be enough. It's indeed not. A double for Phoenix.
Another champion approaching.
They just keep fighting. Over the wall they go. Rush puts his second ult of the fight in. Wiggily is not done though. That ult is back up. Not gonna press it. The team fight is finally over.
Echo Fox have bided their time, and they have arrived. 25 minutes into the game, and they are a force to be reckoned with. CLG, it gets so difficult for them now. Echo Fox, wherever they go, the threat of the Sejuani engage, backed up by the Vladimir and Kassadin possible flanks, is so threatening. Look at this here. PowerOfEvil steps up on the Zoe because they've got not only the flash, the cleanse, they've got Biofrost there with the lantern, but Rush knows all they need is that hard engage. So he flashes forward, he commits to the stick, they engage. Biofrost does buy time with his stopwatch there, but the last rocket from Stixxay does go off. They find the kill over the wall there. He gets excited, goes in on Darshan, does flash forward. Meanwhile, on the bottom of your screen, the rest of Echo Fox able to keep them off. And as we know, this is quite a long one, Phreak.
Yep.
Let's just go replay into replay. Infernal Dragon gets rushed really low on the Sejuani. Doesn't matter. He's able to smite. Heals right back up off of it as well. And they try and fight. Stixxay and PoE versus the world there. Solo finds Stixxay and then PoE. We're back into live though. Take us into the Baron, Phreak.
CLG rushing on the Baron. They got 4 alive, but Echo Fox are here, and Hakuho's gonna find a binding. Not quite, but it's Wiggily healing back up. The sleep, he's fine. Black Shield, even the front half of it is completely safe here, and he's gonna look okay.
All right, they're gonna push on this mid wave. Actually, they pull back off. Echo Fox know they have the trump card. They don't have to pressure in the early game here. This mid-game bridge is where CLG are the ones with the extra pressure. Echo Fox can back up. They're getting another crit item built here on Jinx. They've got the War Mogs now completed on Rush, so he can back off and heal for them even if they sustain damage.
And right now, looking at the rest of this map, Wiggily is looking at the side lane here if they can try to punish Solo, but he picked up a bunch of kills last fight, and he's not nearly as far behind as last time. Under 1,000 the deficit, when it was 15 to 2,500 earlier on in this game. Those 3 kills did wonders for his item breakpoints.
Yesterday, kind of jokingly, Zeyzal called Echo Fox and Rush the Titan Killers because they took down Team Liquid, they took down Cloud9. Now they're looking to take down CLG and make their way into playoffs.
Okay, there's stopwatch. Darshan's gonna play around the E and the cooldowns and everything else. Oh, he gets hit by the AoE all the the same. What a pickup there, Apollo. Got his 4th kill of the game.
From downtown, Apollo calls his shot, gets another kill onto the Jinx, and now he's got Phantom Dancer. It's so difficult to kill this Jinx at this point. If Echo Fox even have 2 members next to him, Morgana shield comes through, Rush is trying to body block, Phantom Dancer's shield can come online. This is looking like Echo Fox.
Yeah.
All the way.
Looking at the wave clear now, Echo Fox feeling pretty good around their late game carries. Kassadin, Vladimir, and Jinx well and truly online. The Zhonya's, of course, still there, and they've got a tank Sejuani in the front. This is a completed team fight composition. The deficit was about 4,000 earlier on, but bit by bit, Echo Fox fought their way back in. And CLG now only 400 gold puts them ahead. And it might not be enough. They've got to find their way. As you mentioned before, they've got to pick them apart. They've got to find those openings, the picks, the individual kills. And it's really on CLG to make a miracle happen now.
All right, Echo Fox bringing Rush back in just in time to save their playoff run. Can they complete it? Thus far, even with all the early pressure, he has not died. This is maybe one of the only games we've been able to say that. Vladimir versus Neeko here. We can already see even CLG's split push is starting to turn around on them as Solo, with the Zhonya's activation, is able to win the 1v1 to chase him off, but then he even has a teammate to complete it for him right down the bottom lane there. Apollo threads the needle, finds Neeko, and finishes the kill.
There's a reason NASA named their moon landing program after him. Long-range accuracy, the name of the game for Apollo. That's accurate. Trust me, you can look it up on Wikipedia. I'm gonna edit the page before someone else looks. But look at that gold graph. It was 4,500, and it's all gone away now. It's gonna turn red real soon as the Cloud Drake goes over. And now even move speed's not putting CLG ahead anymore.
That's why you have to set this expectation in Champion Select.
Yep.
When you see Echo Fox going for these picks, they have confidence that they can weather the storm. They've done that, the storm has passed, and now it's on their side.
Clear skies, looking at that 6th playoff seed in a fight with TSM in the quarterfinals just next weekend. And Echo Fox are the Titan killers. They got another one ahead of them, as long as they can close out this game against CLG, but they are so favored right now. Smites away that, that's an easy pickup. Almost assuredly, it's them going 8-10. And it's Apollo and Hakuho, the last ones who most recently had a losing record making it into playoffs. Back on Envy, back a year and a half ago. And they did not win their quarterfinal bout with, I believe it was Cloud9 back then, but they've got a chance at knocking down TSM maybe here. They still gotta beat CLG first, but it's likely.
All right, next steps. Echo Fox can just group up. If they brute force, move their way through the mid lane, what you want to do is you push your mid lane first, push these minion waves out, and then you make your turn into Baron to get all of that vision control. We've already seen that they can leave Vladimir in the 1v1. The split push is not a problem for them, but they actually have chosen to try and kill Darshan again.
And they know which one's real now. That's going to be the ult coming in for a shield. They're going to find a single stun. Actually, not even that. The riplock was well timed. And Phoenix finds another kill, his 4th now. CLG getting picked apart.
Echo Fox just taking their choice of the objectives. Pretty easy pickup in the side lane. Now they can take that jaunt over to the Baron as they keep Phoenix in the side lane. Teleport is available for the Kassadin, and Phoenix can take up that solo tower gold while he's down there. Definitely a very fearsome sight, a Kassadin this strong, only 31 minutes into the game. Plenty of options. Vladimir teleport is also available, so Echo Fox even splitting the map very greedily into a 1-3-1 rather than even pressuring around the Baron. They know time is on their side.
Yes, it is. It's still on CLG to find some way to open things up. The side lanes look better. They've got more teleports. They've got better 1v1 champions, and Apollo is just absurdly powerful here. The gold difference in the bottom lane, 2,000 on a champion that already scales better. This is all to say Echo Fox are so likely to be the 6th team in playoffs on a 4-game winning streak heading into quarters. Just waiting to see when they close one out or if CLG does pull this back somehow, but it's been going away from them steadily for the last 20 minutes.
Rush lying in wait here. CLG losing out on all of their vision now. You can see the map going very dark around this Baron and around any sort of Echo Fox territory. Wigglily's trying to scout using the Rek'Sai Tremor Sense here, but he hasn't seen any movement yet.
Let's Rush with his eyes. Off he goes. Keeps the blast cone alive in case they need it for a Baron attempt later on or a possible steal. You can see both side laners on the minimap. CLG know that the Vlad and the Kassadin are on the side lanes, but they've got teleport. They can join so easily. And Rush can face check any brush and get away with it. Especially with Morgana around for the Black Shield. This is extremely safe. And Echo Fox have their 1-3-1 down.
Yeah. I mean, the problem here for CLG is they're built for split pushing, but Echo Fox have stated with an emphatic no, you
shall not split push.
Yeah, exactly. All right, 2v1 though. They might try and turn the tide. PoE goes in.
We see here burns the exhaust for some decent damage reduction, but still down a half HP. No roots. They're going to find a stun towards Phoenix. Nice flash ult. Gets him out of range. Going for the chase back in. It's going to be close. Secure the flash, the E. A solo kill. And looking for a little bit more. A shutdown now for Darshan, but Solo assuredly will get that kill picked up. The Lantern not in time. 2 for 1. The solo are simply better for Echo Fox, and they will chase in for more. It's a 4 versus 3. CLG can only run, and they're not very good at that either, as they're going to look to lock down even more kills. Stixxay the only one alive. That Baron is assuredly going to Echo Fox.
Yep, that's an easy ping there for Echo Fox. They immediately head up towards Baron. Only Stixxay is alive to say anything about it, and he's just left with the bottom lane minions. That is going to be the final Baron here, as Echo Fox will pick it up and march towards the secondary turrets.
That's another nail in the coffin. How many do you need before they're well and truly gone and 6 feet deep? Echo Fox gonna grab this Baron. There's no chance it gets stopped. Wiggly's not even alive, and Stixxay doesn't have a global. That's more gold going their way. Cresting 60,000 with a Baron. They're gonna wait for Phoenix. They are. 2.
When you have the luxury to do that.
Yeah, that's when you know you're so far ahead you can wait for the 5th buff.
All right, they can even pick up another Drake on their way as they get the respawn. Here's another look at the attempt by CLG, and you gotta say, they don't have a lot of options to them right now, so going for this is, I think, a decent idea. PoE almost is able to escape, but not quite. Phoenix had his flash too. They do trade 1 for 1, but nobody can arrive here to save Darshan, so that extra kill means the rest of the team is actually caught even in their own jungle. Rush, once again on Sejuani, just has to keep the chase up. He flashes over, they get the extra stun onto Biofrost, then he gets the ultimate there onto Wiggily, and they secure the last kill.
Just running things down, the team's rotating in time. Second Cloud, second Inferno already grabbed. Echo Fox have all the tools they need. Look at the damage in the last fight. They didn't even need the Fed Jinx. That was the top lane and the mid laner doing so much of the heavy lifting there.
What a difference we see now from Echo Fox from the beginning of the split. When Rush first arrived here, you could see on the screen when they were communicating with each other and choosing different ideas. People going to opposite sides of the map. But now, well, Phoenix is actually 4 deep.
That's going to be pretty difficult to survive. Pops the Zhonya's Hourglass. Actually immunes Wiggly's ultimate, but he's still going to drop. However, mid's already been taken out. A couple of turrets drop the inhibitor as well. A quick route though, CLG might need this one to come back in, take the fight 5v4, hoping for something. They find a stun on the front line. That's Biofrost dead. A quick stun comes out from Darshan, but shut down anyway. They're killing everybody. A double, making a triple. The Quadra in his eyes, he's gonna get at least the Guardian Angel. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they're gonna kill all of the rest of it. And the playoffs have been concluded. We know it is going to be Echo Fox. The Quadra kill for Apollo Jinx to seal it all. Stixxay, does he want to give it over? They're gonna go ahead and try. They're going for the Penta, over to Apollo, and he's gonna get it! The Pentakill to send them into playoffs. Echo Fox have made the 4-game run. They are seed 6, and the Titan Killers will face TSM in the quarterfinals.
What a miraculous run for Echo Fox. They had to take down the top 2 teams in the league to do it. In our last 2 weeks, taking down Team Liquid, taking down Cloud9, earning their spot in the playoffs.
And next up is TSM. And weirdly, I think they can do it. Based on the form they're showing, their late game team fighting, it's happiness for Echo Fox. It's so close, but just short for CLG. 4 and 5 in both halves of the split. It was the 1-1 curse over and over and over again. They could at least win 1 game. At the very end of it all, they pulled out 4 straight, back-to-back 2-0 weekends, 6th seed, 8 and 10. And they've got to be so happy that they can make this go into the quarterfinals next weekend, fighting TSM.
Roller coaster of a season for both of these teams. Both teams making multiple substitutions, trying to deal with problems mid-split.
Yeah.
But Echo Fox feeling pretty good about their solutions.
Well, it's weird because in both cases, the subs didn't win any games. They both had their 0-4 runs with the alternative rosters. It was the sort of original intended starting fives that were the most successful. Sadly for CLGs, theirs fell just one extra game too short. The final head-to-head, this one went Echo Fox's way. Although CLG won the first time around back in week 2. Week 9's what matters here when the records are close.
Rush, you know, whether jokingly or not, kind of talked about going into the hyperbolic time chamber, playing a lot more of the solo queue, playing in Academy, trying to work on himself and a lot of the decision making. You know, regardless of the process, can't argue with the results, Phreak.
I cannot. I went and looked back over his game for the last several weeks, and in games where he was doing well, they came out with a win. In games where he was something like 0-7-9, they always lost. And so when he had the form, when he was there to pitch with the rest of the team, it looked good. His Sejuani game, I believe, was deathless or maybe at most one, had a very good tank game there. The backline got to scale. Neeko Fox weathered a 4,000 gold deficit and found team fight after team fight that got picks and turned the game around. So beautiful stuff there. Now we're going to send it down to Riv, who's ready for an interview with the victorious jungler heading into playoffs.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Great cast on the day. I join Echo Fox's Rush on stage with pentakills in the game, playoffs on the horizon, and Rush 4-0 since you've been back in the LCS. How are you feeling?
Feels really good, and I kind of struggled early, but I feel like I kind of have overcome, so I feel proud of myself and proud of my teammates.
And Rush, that's my next question. A few weeks ago, you were removed from the main roster. You said you had some things going on, but you came out strong. A 4-0 weekend, what changed for you?
Basically, so I was on a new environment, so I could like easily reflect on myself and what's our strength and what's my weakness. I tried to like be serious and yeah, I think like the way of talking or like telling in my head, like telling the, fuck my English. Yeah, I was a little bit like expressing something in my head.
Absolutely, but it's all cleaned up. You've been playing beautifully, and now you have TSM coming forward. How do you feel going up against Acadian and TSM?
It's TSM, so I think we can easily beat them.
Echo Fox is back, Kind Boy is back, and they're headed to playoffs. Let's go over to the State Farm analyst desk to break down that game.
Thank you very much, Riv. Well, they've already taken down TL and Cloud9. They take down CLG for their opportunity to go up against TSM. Rush is calling it an easy victory in that best-of-5, and I'll get your guys' thoughts on that matchup in just a bit. But before we talk about the quarterfinals, I do want to talk about that playoff picture, which is now very much solidified. A reminder, the 2 buys go to TL and Cloud9. Our 3rd seed is TSM. 4th and 5th to be decided by a Golden Guardians FlyQuest rematch coming at the end of the day, and the 6th spot locked up by Echo Fox. But in this game, all they had to do, it seemed like, was wait it out. Play smart and wait it out.
Yeah, so Counter Logic Gaming has an average win time of 39 minutes, which means that even if you're going to fall behind, you can count on your champion scaling really late. So I love what they did. They just recognized, okay, CLG struggles at closing. Let's go all late. It doesn't matter if we look bad early game. This game is in itself just so important that screw the rest. They focused so much on that, and it worked like a charm.
I think it's really impressive, too, considering how far away from their identity this was earlier on in the split, being controlled, being patient, Rush having someone in his jungle 24/7 and not wanting to go aggressive until it was finally his time to, and then goes the whole game deathless with the highest kill participation. It's absolutely stunning.
Right, we had lots of questions about what happens when the Jarvan gets removed. Well, great, he can perform on the Sejuani. And so I want to talk a little bit about what happened to this Echo Fox roster that all of a sudden they can end their season on a 4-0 win streak. Rush saying that it was helpful for him to be removed from the LCS environment, put into a new environment, and therefore forced to reevaluate a lot of things about how he was playing and communicating.
Right, I think a lot of what has changed is that they've become a lot more reserved in ways. Previously, they would always take fights or do things that they didn't have to. Solo's been stepping up a lot. He's a really strong top laner now. Their bot lane is really strong. And then just with Phoenix and Rush, they're actually trying to think before they do stuff, which is a big difference from the beginning of the split. And it shows in their games. They're really strong now is what it seems like.
Well, think before you act is definitely a key to League of Legends. Well, then let's go ahead and talk about that matchup against TSM. 3rd seed TSM, they did take down the league favorite in TL just recently. but so has Echo Fox. And so I guess, as Phreak mentioned, if there's any team in the top 6 that you would expect to be able to take down TSM in the quarterfinals, Echo Fox is probably it.
I'm really excited about that matchup because TSM has lost some games in the late game decision making. And so if Fox decides to weather the storm like they did here against CLG, we're going to have games that are going to be on a single play being decided back and forth. And that honestly is going to be anybody's game. I know that TSM might be the strongest team right now, but Echo Fox is on the tear.
There's also some extra player history in there, too. If you remember, Apollo and Hakuho were the ones who handed TSM's organization their first defeat way back in last spring on Clutch. Yeah, so I'm sure there's some players in the organization want some revenge on Apollo and Hakuho.
Right. I mean, I think we're pretty hype on the Fox right now, but I think TSM's going to be able to pull this ahead. I don't foresee them picking Neeko top, for example. And I believe that
Don't count them out.
I hope you don't pick Neeko top just to prove me wrong, but I don't think they will. And I believe their mid game and their early game is a lot stronger than CLG's here, like we just saw Echo Fox do well here. But if you give 4 or 5K gold to TSM, I don't think they're just going to twiddle their thumbs. I think they'll actually make plays and like punish you for giving them that lead.
Yeah, I think this is all to say, as High brings us back down to earth a little bit, that while the matchup might be close, it is still definitely TSM favored, as dictated by the standings and even still recent performance to some degree. That's going to do it for Game 2. After the break, Cloud9 faces Clutch Gaming. We'll see you here for that matchup when we return.